This right here is crazy.
AyeQ!
This is what, yo, imagine him being in a hospital just to deal with, and the baby's coming out. Fellas, again, focus on yourself. That's what it is.
What up, YouTube? It's your boy AyeQ, and I'm back with another reaction video for you guys today. And today we're going to do a reaction from Pop the Balloon, Nova, and Reggie catch up. So these two about to tell us how the date went. All right, so with no further ado, let's jump right into the video.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. It's your host Arlette and we are here today with Reggie and Nova. Welcome guys. How
How's
we
it going?
feeling today?
Good.
Okay.
Feeling great, feeling great.
That's what we like to hear. So we did have you guys on episode 9 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love where you ended up matching. Okay. So is it going to be a yes for you for him?
Yes.
And is it a yes for you for her?
Definitely.
We got it! All right, I'll take this mic. You guys can go on off. Okay, and so on that episode, we did get to know a little bit about each of you, but just to let the people know a little bit more, give them a little refresher. Nova, let's start with you. Tell us about yourself.
So, I'm born and raised in Arizona, and I have a 10-year-old daughter. I am an esthetician. I am in nursing school, and I've always been in healthcare. I've been in healthcare for about 11 years.
Oh, wow.
It's kind of been my go-to job. Like every time I have like a little hustle or whatever, I always go back to the hospital.
Got it.
So I'm pretty big on that. I've done a lot of things. I've done a lot of things. I used to model. I used to host clubs in different cities.
Okay.
I'm well traveled.
Yeah, you've done a lot.
I'm a pretty private person too. Like this is kind of a new experience for me. Being so everything used to be like party and go. And now it's like more personal. So I'm not used to disclosing a lot of information like this. So it's been a journey. I am very fast in a very different way.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. I'm definitely trying to get back into my modeling. Definitely about to get back on Instagram, go crazy. I don't know. I tried this because I literally felt like I was having bad luck finding relationships that would work for me.
Yeah.
Especially after my whole experience in the entertainment world. I had a partner and he ended up passing away.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah. So we were kind of like on our Bonnie and Clyde stuff. So when that kind of dissipated, I kind of got out of it because it wasn't fun anymore. So I just kind of started changing my life, but dating has been hard ever since.
Yeah. That's what I've heard.
It's been hard. So I kind of came into this like I told you, I was like, I didn't even know that I was gonna get on the show.
Yeah, you did say that.
I just winged it, and my mom was like, "Yeah, like, what do you have to lose? Like, what are you doing right now?" And I'm
Literally.
like, "Oh, I guess like it'll be an experience. I might meet someone." And so I came on the show, and I was like, at first I was like, okay, this is crazy. It was like speed dating on crack. Okay, unscripted. Everything was just wild, and it was like going from like the super private person to being like on blast, like in a different way. It was wild.
Yeah,
it was wild. It was a good experience, but it was wild.
Okay, all right. Get to know you a little bit.
Fellas, this is why as a man, you gotta sit back and just let a woman talk, and she's gonna tell you exactly who she is, bro. Without a shout of a doubt, we know that this is a bird for sure. Now, if you observe her, right, because this is the first thing that I notice, she's showing mad cleavage. Any woman who's showing mad cleavage is either she's looking for attention or she's working. She's selling that thing. Either or. I'm telling you, it never fails. because she's really shown it. And if you listen to her, bro, she's used to the nightlife. She used to host clubs. That's a bird for sure. This is a chick who get around, and I mean around. You can't save a bird like this off rip. And then to confirm everything, she said that she's in the entertainment business. Now, I don't know what she mean by that, if she's a P-star or if she's a stripper. I don't know. But those are telltale signs. She's telling you exactly who she is, bro. This the type of chick she getting down the same night. You ain't gotta, all you gotta do is take her somewhere where she could loosen up, where she could be herself, and she going. This is crazy. Off rip, we dealing with a bird. I hope this man crack at least, man, for real, because this is easy work right here.
No, but now, Reggie, what about for yourself?
So pretty much just about me. So like I said on the show, I do motivational music. So it's something I've been working on. Financial literacy, teach people about, repairing their credit, starting passive income, things like that. And overall, just I like to consider myself a fun guy. Okay. You know what I mean? Like I said in the show, about experiences. It's not what you do, it's who you with. You do the same thing that you do with the right. You do the same thing you do regularly, but with the right person, you can make it a fun time. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely, when it comes to that, I'm definitely. Yeah, that's me. You know what I mean? So I'm all about kind of like experience. Like I have like goofy sides about me, a business side. It's all about, following your dreams, following your goals, and experiencing life with finding a life partner ultimately.
Okay, nice. All right. So Reggie, as we saw on the show, one of the questions you actually ended up asking Nova when we brought her up to the front was like, what are some of your vices? Where did that question come from?
Yes. So since you're asking about me and I didn't mention that. So after high school, I became a professional gamer. Oh. And so like for me, like I said, I had questions that I had kind of pre-planned. Like I wanted to ask these questions. Really only got to ask one, and then they kind of was asking me questions. And then when we got to the front, and then when she hit me with the smooth line, like, "Well, I want to talk to you privately," So after that, I was like,
she working a move. See, like, y'all gotta know lingo, bro. Like, when a woman is in the entertainment business, or if she a stripper, or if she just like selling that thing, that's that lingo right there. You know what I'm saying? It's like, privately, I'm gonna show you who's the real me. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, shorty selling that thing. This is crazy.
I obviously want to match with her, right? But I wanted to be kind of transparent. It's one thing that I look for within myself, that I'm, preach within myself. So I wanted to make sure that was known to her, because I didn't want something to happen where it's like, oh, he plays video games. You know what I mean? Because it's like a stigma. It's like, is it a childish thing? Is it or not? Personally, I believe, you can be any age. It's a good vice, that your guy is in the house, but that's getting too deep. So in this case, I wanted just to make it known that was a thing for me. And then, she gave the perfect response, and it's just like, yeah.
Yeah. And so Nova, are video games like a big part of your life, or
big part of my life? I never was a professional. I never was like a professional. But I've been playing video games for as long as I can remember. Like I never made it like a hobby or like a job. But even my daughter, my mom plays. We have like 3 PlayStations at the house. Yeah, we have like. Yeah, so I never made it like a profession, but yeah, I play video games. I have my favorites. Like Reggie was definitely gonna show me like more like deeper into it, and I was definitely all game for it. But yeah, I have my favorites. Okay. But, yeah, I wouldn't call myself a gamer, but I do play video games.
Okay. Yeah. Has that ever been? Because I know he kind of mentioned. Maybe someone could find it childish or whatever it is. Has that ever been a problem for you? No. Okay.
Yeah, I'm like, come on. Yeah.
Yo, I don't even think she even played video games like that. But I think she probably saw a come up in the sky. Yo, this shit is crazy. These birds be marking y'all dudes, man, from a mile away. and y'all don't even know it. Just based on the way she explained that, bro, it don't sound like she play video games, but she like, this nigga play video games and shit. He look like a trick. So yeah, I do what he do. I'ma adapt because I'm trying to get in where I fit in. Yo, this shit is crazy. Yo, this is wild. These birds be crazy with it, man. You call that game, man. That's game for you right there.
Okay, nice. Now, Reggie, has that ever been a problem for you in any past relationships?
It has actually. It actually has. Like I said, it's that stigma. Like, is it a childish thing? Is it, like I said, it's I think it's 50-50. Like, even like if I've seen some reactions, some people were saying, "Oh, that's great," or some people like, you know what I mean? So for me, it's just, it is who I am. You know what I mean? And like I said, when I was answering one of those questions, like, you have to be comfortable being who you are. Mm-hmm. So I don't shy away from it. It's like, I wanted to show Nova like who I am, mm-hmm. and then have her match with me off the pretense like, this is this guy. He's not gonna change and be something else. You know what I mean? Okay. And just when a quick aside, Nova says she's not a gamer. Amazing gamer. She will beat you all in Fortnite. I promise you.
Okay. A lot of practice.
All right, girl. You got to show them how it's done.
Sometimes, right?
Okay, so I know a question that's just been on everyone's mind, because I know most people love that you guys are able to kind of vibe and connect on the gamer thing. So let me cross my fingers and hope you
connect on the gamer thing. Bro, you got to use your brain. This chick is in the entertainment industry, fam. What time do she have to be playing games, bro? She's outside working, man, from sun up till sundown, man. This chick is used to the nightlife. She's used to the fast life. She ain't got time to play video games. She playing a different type of game. But she mocked this dude out a mile away, man. Look at her face, bro. Look at her. Yo, this chick is a dog, bro. Fellas, y'all gotta be careful when it comes to dog-ass women like this, bro. They will, if they see a trick or a simp or a dude that they could finesse, they're gonna mark you out, bro. And that's why it's important for a man to be aware. Don't think that she liking you for real. Understand she think you a sucker. And she's coming after that, bro. For real. Look at her face. Look at her eyes. Fellas, man, be careful out here, man. For real.
You guys answer this question how the whole world wants. But since you matched on the show, has there been a date?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Tell me about it, Nova.
So during the show, I was in transition between jobs. Mm-hmm. So I was actually off for 2 weeks, and I believe Reggie was too. Like, we both were transitioning. Mm-hmm. And so we kind of spent a lot of time together the first couple weeks. And we went to the first night with the other couple, mm-hmm. Brittany and
Philip.
Uh-huh. Yeah, with Brittany and Philip, we went, we didn't go with them, but we ended up running into them mm-hmm. at the Champagne Lanes.
Yeah.
And I wanted to play games. So I actually wanted to take him to Cobra, mm-hmm. which is an arcade bar.
Okay.
That I absolutely love. Like, they have all the old games, the Tetris, yeah, it was good. But it was too packed. So we ended up going to Champagne Lanes. And that's how we ended up running into them. So that was it wasn't a date, but it was kind of like, okay, we matched. Let's see what, let's talk more. And then after that, we ended up going to Cobra. Mm-hmm. I think it was during the week when it wasn't as busy. Mm. And we actually had a good time, a really good time. Okay. It was fun.
Okay, yeah. So the going to Cobra was kind of like the official first date.
Yeah, that was the official first date.
Okay, and how soon after the show was that?
Probably the next day.
Oh, That's what we like to hear. Y'all wasted
we
no
waste
time.
no time. He actually let me go home after the show to change because I was like so nervous, sweating. It was crazy. So I was like, please, can I go home? Like, and he definitely let me go home and change. So that we end up like, if you see the picture, like I'm in a whole nother outfit.
Yeah.
I was like, no, let me go change. So yeah, I was just really nervous from the show. So yeah, we had a good time, but we waste no time. We ain't waste no time.
Okay, so Reggie.
Easy money. Look, shorty is working. She ready right now. She ain't waste no time because she's working. She's out for benefits. She's a bird. She ready to go to the bar, drinks. Like, if you buying her drinks, let's go, let's go, let's go. She see her come up, she on go. Her mind is trained to go. That's so a bird move. ASAP pronto. This is crazy, bro.
How was everything for you after the show?
Yeah, she hit it on the head. She hit it on the head. So as soon as after the show, so even before the last person came out, we left. I was like, hey, let's go on a date. Let's go out. So we was well, she actually had that great idea. She was like, well, why don't we go to, we said with like gamers, let's go to the arcade. I was like, arcade bar, never heard of that. So we went there. But yeah, Super Pack couldn't get in there. Went to Champagne Lanes. We seen my man Philip and his match there. That's when we did that group picture that y'all seen. And then yeah, we did want to bowl, but it's kind of like how it was set up. We wouldn't have been able to bowl. So then we was like, okay, for the next day, let's go to the arcade bar.
Yeah.
Played all the arcade games, got some drinks. After that, we didn't even want the night to end. Went to Dave and Buster's. So we like really, yeah. So we definitely was being true to who we were, talking, getting to know each other. It was definitely great moments.
Okay, so you guys went from one arcade place to the next.
Yes,
wow,
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a long night.
And then, so, after that, like, how was the communication? And like, I know you guys said you both had kind of like a 2 weeks off. So how was that?
Yeah, we were pretty much together almost every day after that. Yeah, it was. Yeah, we were together pretty much every day after that.
Okay.
Even for just a little bit, like a couple hours out of the day. But yeah, it was pretty much every day after that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You guys did a lot of like fun things, like, or was it more like chill vibes?
Well, he was getting ready for work, so he was just, I did a couple ride-alongs.
Oh.
Okay.
Fucking simp, bro. Yo, that's the easiest way for a woman to know you're not him. After you get the pussy, yo ass shack up with the broad, bro. You don't even know her. You taking her to work with you like you just happy to be around some pussy. Like you just happy to finally get you a piece of ass. Now you don't want her to leave you because you want to stroke on it every day. Bro, but you got to use your brain like, God damn, this bitch ain't, like, shorty ain't got a job. She ain't got nothing going on in life. She could just hang with me all day. How do you know that's not a bird? But that's what I'm saying, man. Like, some of y'all dudes be so thirsty. And this is why it's so important for a man to have options, bro. So when a chick with a fat ass get around him, he's not so thirsty that he wanted to be under him all day for like an entire week. That's cool. You just met the chick on the show. Damn, son, she already marked you out, bro. That's the thing about these birds. These birds be seeing a sucker in y'all dudes, bro. And they be marking y'all out. She knew like you was this type of dude. She knew she could get with you. You gonna take out to eat every day. Like, you gonna spend money on drinks. And look, she a night type. She's a night owl type of chick. She's a club type of chick. She loved the nightlife. So she ain't got a problem with you doing all this. Man, y'all dudes be tripping, bro.
Big energy.
I'm chilling. You know?
Yeah. Just as long as you're spending time together kind of
that's
thing,
it.
right?
Yeah. I don't ask for much.
So how were the ride-alongs? Like, did you invite her, or she was like, "I'm coming"? Like,
No.
how did that go?
I definitely was. Well, I invited her, and then but she was down to come, so it was like
Okay.
it's 50-50 with it. So yeah, it was like. So we did the 2 dates. Then it was like, hey, you're a dope person. I'm a dope person. You know, I want you in my company. You know what I mean? And like I really wanted to make it a point to kind of be intentional with how I was moving, be purposeful. So I was like, hey, I mean, I'm feeling it. You're feeling it. I got to go check this office out. Come with me. She helped me like put tables and chairs in my office. We really was definitely tag team dynamic and duo in it outside on that type of time. So yeah, it definitely was just great moments. We just was with each other every day basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 2 weeks. Yeah.
For
Wow.
sure.
Okay. And then after the 2 weeks, how was everything?
Yo, that's unbelievable, bro. I can't believe it. I'm sorry. You just met a bird that you probably smashed the same night. You met her on a dating show. You invited her out. She didn't say no. Then when you invited her out, y'all had a few drinks and all that. You probably smashed the same night. Bro, open your eyes. It's not your game. She's a bird. You're not the only dude she be doing this with. This is what she do. But it's like when a dude is thirsty, it's like he can't see that. Because he thirsty, he desperate. This is crazy, bro.
People are like, why do you work so much? Like, okay, yeah, that's my vice, but what else do you want me to be doing? Like, if I'm addicted to working and being busy, I don't think that's the worst thing. You do you.
What? Kim be working? Get the fuck out of here, man. This is crazy.
Well, we started talking about our past, my past, and I still know very little about Reggie.
Oh.
Even though we spent a lot of time together, I wasn't able to get all the questions I wanted answered.
Okay.
Yeah, so it got hard because it was more focused on me and like what I've been doing and what my life was and more about that. And I was like, I healed from it. You know, I grew up from that. I'm 30 years old. I wasn't into, in the entertainment world for like 6 years now. So it was kind of like, get over it. But at the same time, I understood, like, as a man, he wanted to know, like, all the ins and outs of it.
Yeah.
And so I was very open, very transparent about everything. But it just got to a point where it was like, he couldn't let it go. And then at one point, he did tell me that I lacked confidence. So that was a problem for me because it was like, you don't know me.
Yeah.
Like, how can you say that I lack anything if you haven't even gave me a chance to show you like who I am or what I'm capable of? Like, when you show confidence, like, I went on a show, didn't know anybody there, like, like, not even, this is not my cup of tea. Like, I like to meet people old fashioned, like grocery store, gas station, even out at the bar, like, not on a dating show, So I was like, what? Like, so that kind of threw me back. And then it was like, it just got real messy towards the end of everything.
Okay. And now I know you said it was really like a lot focused on you. Like, were you asking him questions and he wasn't answering it, or
yeah, he's the king of deflection. He's king of deflection. Yeah, so, and he owns it. Like, he knows so hey, I mean, it was something that was like, this is me, and I was like, oh, well, we were having so much fun. Why didn't you come sooner?
Yeah.
It was kind of one of those things for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reggie?
Man, Reggie is tripping. Like, after the 2 weeks, that's when he realized, like, oh shit, wait, hold on. This is a bird right here the whole time. She's a bird. Listen, bro, you gotta understand. This chick been in the entertainment industry since she was 23 years old. The developing stage of her life as a young woman. She's 23. and all she been doing was getting nailed and exposed. It's impossible to save a woman like that, and it's impossible to expect a woman like that to be a regular, feminine, virtuous woman. She's a straight fun girl. You can't even think about saving her. It's impossible. She developed as a woman to become 30, being in the P industry, bro. Being a P star, her mind is not right. All she know to do is have fun and have a good time. And as a man, you gotta be able to peep that a mile away, bro. But this the type of dude who will try to save her. It's crazy.
What's going on, Mr. King of Deflection?
So pretty much the quote unquote like problem started was we did have a conversation. Like I said, we spent a lot of time with each other, so we was having like deep conversations, not just like surface level, like past the surface level, like we really was getting deep. Yeah. And so pretty much, she was saying like we had to talk like what did you think? Like you know how like did you know you was gonna match with me? You know, we just kind of talking. And it was like a thing. It was like tell me about like we was talking. It's kind of like tell me some things, you know what I mean? It's like it was not just like you're not confident. Like we actually was having a conversation, and I said that. You know what I mean? I just said it was like I think you can be more confident. And that was our like first big argument. But like I also said in the show, I'm big on communication, I'm big on conversation. So we talked through it. It definitely was kind of early on, so you know it might have turned her off a little bit. But I was kind of happy that we went through that because it's like, if we get through this hard stuff now, then it's roses and flowers at the end. You know what I mean? So it's like we went through that, we talked through it. It was a tough talk, but we got through it. And then that pretty much was the theme. It was like whatever a hard conversation is, like she said with the past, we had a hard conversation about that as well. And that was something that I haven't experienced before, so it was difficult for me. So I like sought counsel for that. You know what I'm saying? I talked to my best friend, talked to female friends. Shout out BM. He helped me with counsel as well with that. So yeah, and then I got over it. And it's like basically more specific, like she's saying, being in like the entertainment world. Like I've never talked to someone, you know, who did that before. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was even going so much to the point where I was getting counsel from her, like, hey, how did you have you gone through this before? You know what I mean? So I was being true to who I was as far as like trying to have the communication part at a high level. But it's just like something that I kind of learned from. I might be jumping the gun a little bit, but something I kind of learned from it is like if someone is like has like past trauma, something like this, it's like you have to tread lightly when you're talking to them. And because like I'm just telling you, like I'm big on communication, so it might seem like I'm poking a bear, but I'm really trying to learn you to figure out how I can love you better. You know what I mean? So but if I'm triggering something and not realizing it, and it just seems like I'm antagonizing, you feel
this fool trying to save a bird. Fellas, you can't save a bird. From the time you try to have a serious conversation with a bird, she's like, oh, I'm tired of this. The fun stage is over. I'm ready to go. You can't save a bird, bro. She's a bird. This is crazy, man. Yo, this is how y'all dudes be looking when y'all be trying to save these birds out here. Just like him. For real.
Feel like, you know, you're defending yourself every day, then like in hindsight, I can see how it looked from her perspective. But in that moment, I was just like, you're hiding stuff from me. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, I have to take responsibility for that as well.
Okay. So she's saying, you know, you got to know her and all that stuff, but she didn't really get much out of you. Like, what was the reasoning for that? Like, why didn't you open up, I guess?
So it's not like a thing of like, I'm not opening up. Like I'm an open book. You can tell like communication is good for me. But it's like we were I would say I was so focused on that part that is like I couldn't get past it. You know what I mean? For a minute, like I said, I was talking to people, even talking to her to figure out like, hey, like I don't know what the past is looking like. Like I don't know if something like is she really telling me the truth type stuff. But like I said, the beauty of it when you have a conversation with your partner, you can get over. So I was working towards getting over those things, and I was getting over those things, I feel. But I think possibly the damage was done already, where it's like, you got over it, but I'm not. And then he wasn't feeling it.
I don't think he got over it.
Okay.
I really don't. This kind of like once it was out there, it dragged the whole month. Like we really just stopped talking like a week ago.
Wow.
So it never stopped.
Mm-hmm.
Dog, you've been with this chick for a whole month? Dog. That's the most simp shit ever. You met a chick on a dating show. You just met her. You went out with her the same night. You probably smashed. And you didn't think nothing of it, the fact that she was able to shack up with you for an entire month. You think that's a woman who got something going on? You think that's a virtuous woman, bro? You think that's a quality woman right there? You think that's a woman of value? Fellas, it's only birds could do things like that, bro. Women who nothing shit. Women who ain't got no type of value. This man tried to save a bird, bro. This is crazy.
And then as far as like trauma, like I don't have trauma of my past. Like I've grown from it. Like I said, this was 6 years ago. I would hope that I've grown from it,
yeah.
like, so it's kind of like to have someone come into your life and not know you and then call it a trauma or say that you're lacking in confidence or when you've done all these crazy, wonderful things that a lot of people are afraid to do. It's like, what? Like, who are you talking to? Like, you're not talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a confident person. I'm just a private person. I'm a calm person. So a lot of people don't know how to accept that. So when they see me, it's always, I gotta be doing something or I gotta, but that's not the case. Like, when I was in the entertainment world, I did have a partner. I didn't have to do any of the extra crazy stuff that a lot of other women do. I never dabbled in drugs. I didn't have to cope with anything. Like, where there was a mission and that was all there was to it. And so explaining that to him, he wasn't understanding that. It just was like, no, that's not true. That's not true. And then it was like, well, I'm an eligible bachelor. Why would I settle for someone with your past? So it's like you're taking these jabs.
So he said this.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So it's like you're taking these jabs, but you want me to just be like, oh, it's fine. Let's move on. But it's like, how can I be with someone that sees me in such a negative way and not even letting me like show him who I am or what I can do or what I offer. Like, I am a soldier. Like, I will go tooth and nail for my man. So it's like, for someone to just come into my life that is asking me all these questions, I'm being very open about everything. Like, everything. Like, I showed him my OnlyFans. Oh, girl, showed it to him. And he was like, oh, that's not even that bad. Yeah. Because I've never been that girl. I never had to go the extra mile. And he couldn't accept the fact that I didn't have to do all that to get where I wanted to be. So it's kind of like it was like he was stuck in a stigma or like what's the word? Stereotype. And it's just like, I'm a multifaceted woman. Like, I'm educated. I have my associate's degree. I'm working on my bachelor's degree. I hustle. Yeah. So at the end of the day, it's like, if that's not something that you're okay with then I'm not for you. Because at the end of the day, if you're not gonna put me in a place to win, I'm gonna go put myself in a place to win. So it's just, that never ended. It never ended. It was just, it got to a point where I was like, every time he was like, I got to talk to you about something, I would be like, let me sit down. Yeah. So it was just like the icing on the cake. That was pretty much it. Like, I just can't be with someone that can't let me grow past where I've already grown from. Like, you're taking me back to where I've came, like, I don't need to go backwards. I need to go forward. So that's kind of where I was at with that.
Okay. So when you speak about like you were in the entertainment world and things like that, I know you mentioned OnlyFans. Is that something you're doing now?
No.
Oh, that was like
No.
back then.
Yeah,
Okay. And
not even back then. Like sometimes I'll like I think the last one was probably like back in April
okay.
that I dropped like a little 3-minute video of me just dancing.
Mm.
So that's what I did. I was just dancing on there. Like I went virtual with my entertainment, with my dancing, but I never showed, like I never went full nude or anything like that. So
Okay.
it was just kind of like boudoir, just little stuff. Like not, I mean, some people might say that's not little stuff, but it wasn't as extreme as some people go, you know. So it was. I showed it to him.
Mhm.
I was a dancer for about 4 or 5 years. During that time, I was in a relationship. So that's when I was like doing the whole Bonnie Clyde. Yeah, I was trying to do everything. I was trying to do it all. And yeah, when my partner died, I didn't find it fun anymore. I felt like it was a lot more vultures out there than I was used to because I didn't have to deal with none of that stuff.
Yeah.
So I just kind of let it go.
Okay.
You know, like I didn't feel like it fit me anymore. So I let it go. And plus, at the time, I was a single mom. So my daughter, I think she was like about 5 years old when I stopped dancing. She was starting to go to kindergarten. I was like, well, I can't do this with her. Like, no, like it's not gonna work anymore. Like when she was a kid, it was easy because it was like, okay, she sleep at night. I drop her off, sitter, go to work, come back. She didn't even know I was gone, you know? But now it's like, I gotta take her to school. I gotta, like, I have my responsibility list grew.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, yeah, I can't. Now, you know, I got my dance back in the corner. She's trying to put on my heels. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, it just stopped being fun for me anymore. It just started being like, okay, so what type of woman do you want to be? So that's when I was like, okay, I sticked with my modeling for a little bit. And even with that, it was like, I just didn't have the heart for it anymore. Like I just didn't. I was started bullshit and I missing appointments and all that. Like it just stopped being fun.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
All right. And now,
Look, one thing about this bird, she loves to hear herself talk. And she's also an airhead. Here's the thing. This chick is really looking for a pimp. Fellas, if you see a bird like this is, well, I'm not going to encourage you guys to pimp. But this is a woman who needs a pimp. She don't need a sucker trying to wife her. And that's where homie went wrong, because if you listen, he clearly trying to wife her, and she's like, here go this square ass nigga with this bullshit again. Trying to be, it's like, dude, I'm who I am. I'm built for the streets. So this chick is definitely looking for a pimp, man, while this dude is trying to save her like she a good girl or something, man. This is crazy.
Reggie.
Yeah, all right. So first off, I don't know who uses the word eligible or bachelor together, but I did not say those words.
You definitely did.
But I will say this, just with everything she just said. For me, so yes, I never talked to a dancer before. Dancer, that means, you know, when push come to shove, she knows how to get to the cheese. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm about my money and things like this. So I feel like it's something that we could have kind of worked through. We did work through. And I know she was saying like, it seemed like you were still stuck there. I wasn't still stuck there. And because the communication is so high for me, as she knows, like there literally was nothing that we couldn't talk about, right? So even the part of like, oh, I didn't know him, it's because like questions wasn't asked. Was any question that would have been asked, I'm not going to I will answer it. You know what I mean? And also as far as kind of things that was going on with us, this isn't just, when I say we were together like every day for like 2.5 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever it was, it wasn't just like, oh, we're just laying up. Like, you know what I mean? Like I was, like I said, showing her that I'm a man that could lead and doing things for whatever she needed. Hey, I don't know if I'm going to make it to work, fill up your gas tank. You know what I mean? I'm going through a financial hardship. Cool. We can make some passive income together. This is how we can do it. If you need your credit fixed, we can go through things like this. Like I was giving her the blueprint of everything we could potentially do. A TikTok, a YouTube channel. Like I was giving her the blueprint of like, we can do all these things together. Like I was leading and moving intentful. And the big thing for me, for her is I said, no matter what we go through, we can have a conversation about it. Every single thing we went through, when we had a conversation about it, we're able to get over it. But if I'm getting blocked and I can't even hit her up and things like this, how you're blocking my superpower? You know what I mean? And I don't say my superpower, but my thing of like, if we're going through these hard things early, we're gonna get through. We're gonna get through, and then a lot of people, they'll meet each other. It's all bliss and roses, and then like 6 months down the line, it's like you wasn't that person. Then they stop. The thing about me, like, this is Reggie. You know what I mean? Like, if you like me now, you'll love me later. If you don't like me now, you won't like me later. But at least you can say that man was himself. He didn't wait for 2 months down the line. He didn't wait if I was wrapped around his finger. He didn't wait for me to say no. He was already him, and she felt that. You know what I mean? So the fact that's when I said it was trauma, because there's no way everything we went through, we was able to talk through it. And then you just like a breaking point where it's like she started saying some wild things like, well, I'm about to just get someone to pay my rent. And it's like, you're not even believing in the plans that I'm setting for us. Like, we have plans. I just want you to believe in what we got going on. Like, it's too many people who want to see us win, including yourself, including BM. I was even seeking counsel from both of y'all. Like, oh, what do you think of how we do it this weekend? And it's like, everyone believed in the vision except her. And I get it, sometimes if you're going through like financial hardship, things like this, everyone's going through there. You're not yourself, what have you. But because I was leading, because I had plans every step of the way, it's just unfortunate to me that she didn't believe enough in everything that I was showing her. I was not just talking. These are like everything I'm saying right now. It was all on the plate. We sat down for like an hour or whatever it was. Like, hey, this is how we do a Shopify. You know what I'm saying? Like all these things. So it's just like,
Thriven helped me understand that money is not scary, that it is actually a really powerful tool.
And it reminded me, I'm kind of long-winded, but she asked me the question, like, how do you deal with conflict? And I said that answer is like, give your grace and don't go to sleep early. But I should have returned that question, because she doesn't handle conflict well. She's like, run away. And it's like, we got through so much. Why you want to run away now? Like, beyond the show, you know what I mean? Like, it got to the point where it's like, how do we meet? Because like, it was just so genuine and so real. It's like, oh shoot, the show, you know what I mean? So it's like, it was real for me. It basically is what I'm getting at. So me going through, oh, you was a dancer? I don't know about that. I don't like, hey, give us some advice. You know what I mean? Like, it was real for me when I was trying to work through it. You know what I'm saying? So that part definitely was hurting for a bit. And like, if a woman blocks you, it's literally the worst thing you can do to a dude. It's like, I'm not saying like, I was definitely hurt by it, but it's like, because you feel like you can't talk. Like, call me a B. Like, call me, you know what I'm saying? Do something. Like, don't just block me that I can't talk to you. Then it's like,
Damn, she had this man open, bro. This man was pussy whipped, bro. He don't even know that she's running game on him by blocking him. That's her testing you to see how much she got you pussy whipped. She wants you to go crazy. Look at how she sat down like, yeah, I had that nigga. Damn, son. And this man, oh man, see, fellas, this is why a man gotta have options, bro. This guy is a perfect example of what's gonna happen to you guys if you don't self-improve and you don't have options as a man. The first little bird that you come across with a fat ass, you're gonna go crazy over. And she's gonna be running laps all around you while you is trying to save her, while you is trying to have conversations with her, while you is getting frustrated, like, damn, I can't communicate with this chick. I'm trying my best. I'm doing, dog, she just trying to get her rent paid. While your ass in love and really taking this woman serious, she's just trying to get her rent paid, bro. Y'all dudes be tripping, man.
Fighting with myself. Then should I text her? Should I not? You know what I mean? It's like, well, you can't text us, you blocked, right? But so I was definitely going through it, and that's probably the only good thing. I was trying to look for the positive of things. Like, I've been working on doing my own stuff, like getting back consistent with posting and stuff like that. So I was going through that, and that helped me to kind of thrive to get to where I am now. But I definitely was hurt by, you know what I'm saying, her actions, for sure.
Okay.
Don't let this broad know that you was hurt by her actions, bro. She got you. She know anytime she reach out to you, your ass gonna answer for her. Man, fellas, we gotta do better, bro, for real.
Nova, let's switch on over to you.
Yeah, so cool story. Financial hardship, absolutely not. He's gave me $40 for my gas tank. It takes 50, and we talked about that. He was like, "Why did you let me fill it up?" And I was like, "Well, it's okay. Like it's just $10. I can do it."
Yeah.
And then he bought me a $65 PlayStation camera. That is all the money that he spent on me. So for him to sit here and say that I am going through trauma and I am going through financial hardship that I need saving from is a little bit precocious. So my heart is pounding. I'm trying so hard to stay calm, and
Can I respond
I'm
to
just
that?
tired of being.
I can wait.
You can. I'm just at this point. I'm just tired of people like playing with me. I want financial elevation. I want financial security. But at the end of the day, for you to sit here and act like you spent all this money on me and you're actually helping me and you're be there for me and you haven't done any of those things. He told me there was a lot of other little tidbits in the middle of that, where it was like he wanted me to deposit my check into his account and I get an allowance off of that. No, I'm not working to have an allowance off my thing. That wasn't a cap. That wasn't a cap. My mom was on, you were on speaker. My mom was there. So if you guys want to, ask my mother, we could do that. Okay. So yeah, that was something that was said. Also, he's leaving in November because he's on contract for his job. He told me that I was supposed to go with him. Go where? Wherever he goes. I'm in nursing school. That wasn't going to happen. He was convinced that I was going to change my mind come November. I pay for school out of pocket. I go to a private school. So it's pretty expensive. So I'm not going to just drop out of school just because I found a match on a dating show that isn't comfortable with me at all. There was another thing as well where he said I wasn't his typical type. Actually, Micah was.
Micah from the same...
yes.
Okay.
The one that he had to choose between me or her. So it was kind of like, why choose me if that wasn't even your type? It was because he liked my answers. That's what I was told. And that's what he said on the show as well. And then for you to get someone like me and then try to drag me through the mud to make yourself feel better and yourself secure, I wasn't going to be a part of that roller coaster ride. I'm not going to feed your ego because you can't handle what you chose. And I was chosen. So I'm not a fan of that. Also, he told me by the end of the summer I would have to get off birth control because this is his last year that he was going to plan to have a child. I have a 10-year-old. I'm not trying to have a kid by nobody that's not my husband. So that was a thing. And all these things that were said to me, he's piling up on top of me in a short amount of time. So it just feels like a roller coaster ride that I'm on. And I'm supposed to just be okay with everything that's being said and done. Like, no.
So what made you block him, or how many times has he blocked? I guess I should ask that question as well.
Just this last time. Like, I've tried, like, because it was always be like, oh, well, I was talking to you as a friend in confidence, and I was, I reached out and I was asking for advice, and I'm like, okay, maybe he doesn't fully understand like what he's saying or what he's doing or how he's moving, and that's okay. And I've been in that situation. Like he said, like he asked me, like, have you ever dated a guy that never dated someone that's been in the entertainment world? And it's kind of crazy because it's like that was so long ago, and here we are talking about it again. So it's like, okay, so I told him like, yeah, I used to date a guy that was Jehovah's Witness, and he he was kind of walking out on his faith and he was dipping back and forth. So he made it very hard for me as well. So we ended up parting ways, and I told him too, like, I'm okay. I'm open enough to tell you anything that you want to know, but for you to sit in my face and tell me that I'm lying to you is like, what's the point of even talking about anything?
Okay.
So it just got to a point where it was just like a snowball. Like, it was so good in the beginning. Like, it was so good. Like, we had so much fun. Like, and then it was just like
Crush.
Reginald came out. You know, like, it was like and he's always like, I'm transparent. I'm this is me. Take me as I am.
Jeez, this bird love to hear herself talk, bro. I swear, she keep going.
But then he would turn around and be like, well, you got to do this, or what about this? Like, he was saying how he wanted to have threesomes all the other times, and I was like, well, I don't really, like, I've been in situations where, you know, I had fun, but that's not something that I wanted to do on a regular. So it was like, why even, like, I'm getting into my head where I'm like, why am I even here? Like, this is not even something that you want. You're talking about how you're a bachelor, you're in your prime, and you got women sponsoring you. And that's when I said, well, if you got women sponsoring you, that's nothing for me, love. That's nothing for me. Okay. We can be on the same page. And for him to sit here and make it seem like I'm going through all this financial struggle where I'm looking for money, or I would do anything for money, is like absolutely absurd. Because that's not ever how I come off to anybody. Like, I want my man to be my partner, provide, do the things that we can do together, but I'm not going to also take the whiplash and the trauma and the back and forth, the negativity. And then in his eyes, it's like, well, if we get through this in 2 weeks, we'll be together forever. And I'm like, bro, I can't, I don't want to do this. Like, I don't think I grew up on love doesn't hurt. And if it does hurt, it's not out of betrayal. And for him, I just felt like every time I turned around, it was like a stab in the back. Like, you're supposed to be my partner. You're supposed to be my friend. You're supposed to. So it's like, you're reaching out to so-and-so about me, but I didn't even market myself that way. I didn't even, so it's like, you're going against me already. So it's like, you want to talk about it. But when I'm talking to you, it's like one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are we talking about?
Okay. So I guess
This man trying to save a bird. This is so crazy. Look, here's the reality, man. I just look at this woman. Just look at her posture. She is nothing but a bird, bro. And look at fam, bro. First of all, the fact that he met this chick on a dating show and was hitting it raw. Dog, what is wrong with you, bro? You was that open. You up in that pussy raw, dogging that shit. She had this man so pussy whipped. You was asking her to get on birth control. A woman that he just met. You just met her. You don't even know her. But your nose wide open. And it's funny with this chick, man, because this chick is such a bird. She's trying to be a modest bird because she's undermining the things that he did for her. He put gas in her car and things like that, but she's trying to downplay that. The fact that you didn't have $40 to put gas in your car tells us a lot about who you are, lady. You can't front. We know your ass is nothing but a bird looking for a come up. This is crazy.
What was the final straw that caused you to end up blocking him and you guys to no longer speak?
So we did a YouTube channel.
Okay.
Well, we did a video and we had a blast. But at first I told him, like, we could be friends. We don't have to do the romantic part of it. we could literally just be friends and just, you know, do business, do YouTube. That's I'm down for that. He was like, absolutely not. Like, drop the L bomb. Love. Told me he loved me, and he just couldn't work with someone that he had deep feelings for that deeply with, and just be friends. Okay. So I said, okay, we'll try it again. So we did the video. We had a good time, which also in the video I caught because I was like, oh, I don't know. I think I said something like, oh, you like me or whatever. And he was like, or we're talking about doing business with people that you love, right? And he was like, well, like on the camera, he was like, well, it's a deep like. And I was like, because I'm an observant woman, okay? Like, I don't let nothing slide. I may not speak all the time, but I see it, I hear it, I feel it. So when I walk into a room, I'm definitely the most quietest one in the room because I am super observant. Like, I am. So it's like, I caught that, I sniffed it, and I was like, okay, he's not trying to own it in public, but he wants to own it in private. That's a problem for me. I never set it back, and I never felt that way. So I told him from the jump, like, I don't speak about things that I don't feel. So, and I'm very honest. I don't have a lot of friends because I'm very honest. So I literally, like, to be in this situation, it kind of was like I dodged a bullet to get shot, like with a shotgun. Like, that's kind of how I took it. Like, I literally, this was crazy. This was a crazy experience for me because it was like up and down and fast. Okay. It was like a burning ball of hay. Just, it went up in flames really fast. And I was really, really happy. Like, I told my mom about him. I told my grandparents, like, everything. They were like, about the confidence thing, they were like, fuck him. You know, they're old, and my family comes from, we don't have everything. So we grind out, we get it, and we work hard. We're hardworking family. Like, everybody's either technical school, nursing, you know, everybody works really hard. So it's like, for him to sit and say, like, any of those things were just wild to them. And it's kind of like, just wanted to avoid him. Like, I just didn't see why he wanted me in his life when he has so many different things that I just.
All right, let's just stop this right here, man. The disrespect, bro. But this is what I keep telling you, dude. This is how birds treat suckers. Whenever a bird peep that you a sucker, I keep telling y'all, fam, these women will get into your lives, drain your energy, and move around. From the time that this woman got this dude validation, from the time she marked him out on the show, and she confirmed that, yeah, he is a come up. This is a sucker right here. I got me one. She used this dude. She played this dude. And she kept it pushing, bro. And I keep telling y'all dudes, fam, it's easy to get the pussy. Just don't fall in love. Now she's making fun of you on a live show. Now she's exposing how much of a sucker you are to the world, all because you were trying to save a bird, all because you were being a good man to her. And I keep telling y'all dudes, fam, if you want to see who a woman is, if you want to find out if she's a bird or not, look at her mom. If you notice, she kept saying, my mom told me, my mom told me. It's like, bro, open your eyes, bro. If a chick mom is okay with her being in the entertainment industry, what type of background you think this chick came from? These are the things men need to pay attention to when they deal with a woman, fam. This dude nose was wide open from the jump, and she saw that, and she took advantage of this man because he's a sucker. He got him a piece of ass on the first night, and he was wide open. He had to move in with him Fellas, a woman is paying attention to all that shit, bro. She's watching your every move. In her mind, she's thinking like, nah, this dude is not moving like a high value man. He's not moving like he's that dude for sure. He's too easy. I could do whatever I want to do with this dude. He's really trying to save me. He's really wifing me up. Wait, he loved me. Oh no, I gotta go. This dude is a sucker. He's a simp. I'm tired of dealing with this dude. And guess what? If she's down and out, if she's desperate, if she's broke, she's gonna hit him up again. Fellas, be wise out here, man. Don't let these women use y'all because y'all are suckers. I keep telling y'all as a man, every day you wake up, self-improve. Focus on yourself. Elevate, bro. Add value to your life. The more value you add to your life is the more you're going to see right through a bird. Is the more you will avoid women like her who target your sims for a fun time, but not a long time. They're going to bounce as soon as they realize your dudes is falling in love. Fellas, be wise out here, man, for real. This right here is sad.